Hey, on today's episode of the Rockstar Real Estate Minute, we're going to talk about where to find information about housing prices. Okay, we get this question all the time, and a lot of people want to track what our housing price is doing, whether it's in Toronto, east of the city, west of the city, in other cities, other parts of the country. People are always kind of looking for different data on housing prices. And one of the best sources of information, or one of the most common things people turn to is either asking somebody who's in the real estate industries to get some prices for them, or they use the media as a guide. One of the really good sources that we like is CMHC puts out these great reports, and they're free to all of us. There are two favorite ones are CMHC Housing Now. So if you just Google CMHC Housing Now, you will find the CMHC Housing Now reports, and they have tons of great data. Or CMHC also puts this one out. I printed off a copy for it for you here. This is the Housing Market Outlook. So the CMHC Housing Market Outlook report, and this is the Ontario region highlights. You can get the different highlights for right across Canada, and they do these great things. They talk about all the different prices of properties and stuff. But what's really interesting to us is they have these cool charts in here. And it's broken out city by city. So for example, Barrie, Guelph, Hamilton, Kingston, there's Toronto in here. So you can see what our price is doing currently and what their year-over-year increase or decrease has been. So for example, in Toronto, according to this report, Toronto is up at the time that this was printed for the third quarter 2012. Toronto, on average, is up 7.2%. Another city, for example, Hamilton's up 8.4%. So it's kind of interesting. And it's also really interesting for us to look at average weekly earnings, and that's reported in here too. So not only can you see where trends are headed, you can see where people's incomes are, and if income starts to tail off, sometimes that could be a leading indicator of where prices may end up. So really kind of interesting report. This is the CMHC Housing Market Outlook report. We love these things. They're free to all of us. You can just go Google it up on CMHC's website and grab them. I don't think a lot of people know about these reports, or we don't see them mentioned too often, but great reports. There is some issues with them. You can't use this as the holy grail of pricing, and the reason is when you look at prices for Toronto, Toronto has different communities within the city. So Cabbagetown is appreciating in a different area than the Jane and Finch area is appreciating at, and that's appreciating at a different area or depreciating in a different price point, or a different amount, sorry, than the Bridle Path. Right, so different areas in Toronto will all be different. So this is just giving you an overview. Same for example, in Hamilton. We mentioned the Hamilton price increase year over year, but Hamilton has very different areas. Downtown Hamilton versus Ancaster or Westdale, close to McMaster. So you still need to dig deeper than this, but for a quick view on what's happening in your city or in other cities around you where you want to move, or right across the country, these CMHC reports have really been amazing to us. So hope you enjoyed that. Hope you learned something. Until next time, your life, your terms.